Hello, my dear programmers. Tonight we are going to be talking about the switch statement, and we are going to be using Java as our reference as we do run the programs. So let's first run through these notes quickly and understand what a switch statement is and how we can use it in Java. So a switch statement is a control flow mechanism. Yeah, it's called a powerful control flow tool. Yes. So in any language like C++, Java, and any other programs, you find that a switch statement is a control flow mechanism that provides a cleaner, more efficient alternative to long chains of if-else-if statements. It evaluates a single expression and then executes the code block associated with the first matching value. Think of it as a set of labeled destinations. The program jumps directly to the correct destination based on the value of the expression. Now, let's look at the key components here. A switch statement consists of several parts. A switch expression, the expression whose value is being compared. Yeah, so this is typically an integer, can be a character and a num, but in modern languages, it may also support strings. Yeah. So we have also case labels like case 1, case 2, case 3, case A, case B, things of the sort. These are specific values that the switch expression might match. So each case is a potential path for execution. Then the break statement is the most crucial part. The break statement is to exit the switch block immediately once a case has been executed. Once a match is found, then we break away from the switch block and the program ends. So without it, the program would continue to fall through, and this is very undesirable, because if it is an issue to deal with memory, you will be affecting memory, or it could even affect the other operations of a system. Imagine if you were just switch on a bulb, and then you also have heaters, you have other appliances or equipment in a setting. So if you were supposed to only switch a bulb, then you may end up putting on a heater, you end up putting on other machines, and this is not going to be desirable. So putting a break is very, very paramount. So the program would follow through and execute the code in all subsequent cases, which is almost never desired. Yeah, so the default label is actually an optional label that acts as a catch-all. If none of the case labels match the switch expression's value, the code under the default label is executed. So let's see how it works. The switch expression is evaluated first. The program compares the result to the value of each case label one by one. When a match is found, the code block following that case is executed. Now the break statement then causes the program to jump out of the switch block entirely. If no case matches, then the program executes the code under the optional default label. If there's no default, nothing happens. So the practical benefits that we can look at is improved readability. There is efficiency. In many programming languages, a switch statement is more efficient at runtime. Compilers can optimize it into a jump table, allowing for fast execution than repeatedly evaluating if-else-if conditions. Then there is also an advantage of a structured logic. It provides a clear, organized way to handle multiple discrete conditions, which is essential for event-driven programming and state machines. So we are going to be looking at a simple use case, and then we are going to use our IDE, simple IDE called JCppEdit. So when I go to my PC desktop, I find JCppEdit. It is actually very simple. It's a very simple IDE. You can get it anywhere. Go to your browser. So you can put in JCppEdit. So JCppEdit, you find it here, is the best IDE for beginners. You don't find anything like auto code generation. You can't find the codes being generated by an AI. For now, it's not yet optimized by an AI, and it's very good for complete beginners. So let's just go to here. For me, I've already installed it. Once you download it, you just install as usual, and then you come here. So you click here on the new file, and you see for it you can write a C program, C graphics, C++, Java, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, XML, and many. So for us, we need a Java file. And this Java file, we are going to call it my switch statements. Let's call it switch state. So if I say create, it will obviously begin by creating a block of code that we have to use. So let me remove it up to here. So what I'm going to do right away, I'm going to start. I'm going to say public static void main. This is a main entry for our program to start running. So we have an array, then args. So this is an argument, we are passing argument. So this is supposed to be an entry point for running a program. So it is static because we are not going to create an instance object of the class my switch statement, and it's void because it's not returning any value. So let's right away begin this. So we are going to start. This is going to be a switch about days of week selection. So if I select 1, then that is going to be a Monday. If I select 2, that is a Tuesday. 5, that is a Friday. And 7, that is a Sunday. So we are beginning with int. We are going to say day is equal to, our selection is going to be 7. Okay? So let's terminate. And now we are going to say switch. We want it to take day as a what? As a parameter. So here we create a switch block. Now this switch block is going to have a number of cases. So this is going to be case 1, and this case 1 is going to execute this statement, system.out.print on a new line. Then we are going to declare it as a string. This is going to be Monday. So that is out. Then we come out and break. We discussed about the importance of putting a break, and therefore I hope this is understood very well. Now we are adding case 2, and then we are going to be saying, let's copy this. Okay, we paste it here and we call this a Tuesday. Then we actually copy this we put this, yeah, we move this also. So we have to also move this, okay, and then so we are going to just edit this and put Wednesday, okay, then we continue, we break, we are going to enter this, we are calling it Thursday, yeah, let's put a Thursday, then we put a break, and we put another case, or we just copy and paste. So this is supposed to be case 3, this is case 4, this is case 5, this is case 6, and we are adding another one. The last one is supposed to be case 7. So here we are supposed to also fine-tune this. Then from here we add a break statement, yeah. So we also fine-tune this properly. This is supposed to be a Friday. This is supposed to be a Saturday. This is supposed to be a Sunday. Okay, so we break. And then we say default because we are expecting only 7 cases. So default, we shall say system.out.print new line, then we declare this as a string. It's what we are going to print out. Say wrong choice. We terminate this, and now our switch block ends here. We are going to add another curly bracket that is going to finish for this. Yeah, you can see that ends here and this ends there. And this is for the switch statement or the switch block. So now let's run this program, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. So we selected 7, and therefore this is going to run to this to 7 and print out a Sunday. That is interesting. Now let's put 8 or 9. Okay, so we see what it is going to print out. Wrong choice. Obviously, that's what we expect. It will just go to default. So now let's put maybe 6. Let me put 5, and then we remove. Let's remove on 5. We are going to remove this break. We remove also a break here. So we see what happens. So the moment you remove a break, it will just go to that case. If it is case 5, it will print this and then goes ahead. It does a fall through, goes to Saturday, and yeah, until it meets a break. That's when it will stop. Let's see. Yeah, you can see it will actually execute the rest, and that is not desirable always. So that's what I was saying. So in case this was switching on a bulb and the next was actually a heater, the next was, for example, another machine, then you could see if it is the case of embedded systems, then this would be a disaster. You have everything going on, and yet those equipment are not desired to be on. This is interesting. So a break is very, very paramount. Let's add it. We add it. Yeah, so the moment we run, the compiler is going to compile the program and will give out only the desired result. So ladies and gentlemen, that's how we can use a switch statement in Java. Thank you so much. Remember to subscribe.